So about a year ago, curiosity got the best of me, and I broke down and I bought a bolt-on chopper kit from Chopper Supply LLC. Now the kit included brand new upper and lower triple trees, 8-inch over forks, and I opted for the 14-inch degrees of additional rake. Now that's achieved by a little adapter down there that basically kicks the bottom forward, so you don't have to cut your neck or anything like that. Legitimately, it is 100% a bolt-on kit. Now when you do the fork tubes, you're still going to need fluid, new fork seals, all those little bits and goodies. But the major components are there. Now it wasn't exactly cheap. I think with tax and shipping it ended up being right about $2,100 US, which is kind of nuts considering this bike's probably only worth about $2,100 US. Now before that, I was running the 6-inch TJ Brutal Customs fork extensions on this bike, which I really liked. I mean, they did a really great job. I had those on for almost a year, I think. And then after that, I bought the bike out, and honestly, I just didn't really like the front being, as up in the air as it was. And while it looked pretty good as a chopper, it just really wasn't what I was going for. I like that long front end, but I don't really have the welding or fabrication skills to do that myself. And then I found the kit. And honestly, while the bike looks absolutely cool, if I were to do this again, I probably wouldn't. Now, don't get me wrong, the Chopper Supply LLC kit, these are quality pieces, all right? They're made in the USA. Every time I talk to them folks, they're great people. Heck, I called for a status update one time and just ended up talking on the phone with a guy for like half an hour. Really great folks. And it's actually, the design of the triples is pretty neat, because the upper here's kind of got like a ball joint thing going on. And it's got a stem that runs right through the neck. And a bolt that comes up through the bottom that the adapter connects to, and then the lower tree connects to the adapter. It's engineered really well, and these things are beefy too. I mean, these things are like solid milled and freaking aluminum or whatever the heck they're made out of. I mean, these are nice pieces. And after living with this for about 6 months, because my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750 is my main bike, if I'm working in town and it's nice, I'm riding this thing. Now, the main thing I noticed is everybody looks at me now. Except that lady. She doesn't care. She's got no interest. But everybody else, that guy right there might be doing it. The truck right there, 2 men in a truck that's got 3 people in it most of the time. I might have had 2 people in it, that's rare. But I'll just get random compliments, like, oh man, that's pretty cool, you don't see long forks anymore. Just, various things like that. As far as cornering goes, the longer front end, I haven't really noticed much of a difference over, the stock rake and the stock forks. I think the biggest difference is when I rebuilt the forks, I found out that one of these had contaminated fork oil, which was causing my shimmy shake. And I think that probably helped more than the long front end. But cruising in a straight line, too, with the additional wheelbase, I mean, this is about probably 10 inches longer, maybe 12, I'm not sure. I forgot to measure before and after, but I mean, it's tracking pretty smooth. It's great, I love it. If I still had the Mustang seat on this thing, I can cruise all day, man. That'd be great. The installation wasn't too bad either. I had to get 1 or 2 special tools to knock all the bearings and the races out of the neck, because you're getting, all that's gone. And I think the thing that took the longest was rebuilding the forks with the new fork tubes. Mainly because I had never done them before, and I kind of struggled getting that, that bolt that comes in from the bottom of the lower forks, kind of like where your axle is, that kind of holds everything together. That was tricky. And I didn't have that little special tool that you can jam down there and freaking break it loose super easy. So what I did was I took a piece of PVC that was, and I cut it slightly longer than the spacers that are in the forks, and then just kind of jammed everything together and then just torqued it down real good. And that put enough pressure on everything. That was a freaking pain. And I think all in all, I only have about 7 hours into the install because I did everything myself. And that was for 2 reasons. One, I kind of wanted to learn how to do it. It's nice wrenching on your machine. You can learn more about it, how all the parts work together. And also it was spring, so I couldn't find a shop who actually wanted to touch it. So, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, the only thing in the kit I didn't have to mess with was the brake line, only because mine is already extended due to the fork extensions in the A-hangers. So mine was already long enough, but it does come with a brand new steel brake line. Other than what you need to rebuild the forks, they give you everything else. And I guess the question is it worth spending pretty much what the bike is worth on something that's not going to increase the value? I mean, because let's be real here. This does not increase the value of this motorcycle. At the end of the day, this is still a 2008 Honda Shadow 750 Aero. And when you customize things like this, basically all you're doing is you're taking a big customer base and shrinking it. If you pick up a motorcycle or something and you plan on selling it down the road, the best thing you can do is leave that thing stock. But would I spend $2,100 again on this freaking chopper kit? Well, probably not. I probably wouldn't do it again. It's like when I bought this thing out. Honestly, I probably won't do that again either. I mean, it looks cool. From a practical standpoint, it kind of sucks. Having to run like a big old freaking tank bag to do anything. Or a backpack, I guess, but I don't really like wearing backpacks. Because then it feels like something's trying to pull me off the back of the bike, and I'm like, ah! But with mods like this, though, you don't do them because they're practical. You do it because it's cool. You do it because you want to. Screw everybody else. And if I didn't have this kit, I wouldn't have had any reason to tear the forks down, and I'd still be driving myself nuts trying to figure out where my death wobble's coming from. Of course, one benefit to being bobbed out and having this chopper front end, I guarantee I'm the only one in this city, the only one in this state that has this exact configuration. Because who the heck else would chop out a 750? Who else would spend this much money on a 750 Shadow? I mean, I would because it did. But if something like this kit is a tad bit out of your price range, maybe you want to check out the TJ Brutal Customs fork extensions. And if you're curious what I think about them, well, you can check this video out right here. And as always, y'all be good. See ya.